I am Distinguished Toastmaster Adele Oliver, Opening Ceremony Sergeant at Arms. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you this evening and call this program to order. The District 81 Excite Premier 2023 Conference. At this time, I would like to invite Toastmaster Anna to invoke God's presence and to lead the Toastmasters International Mission.
Shall we stand? Let's put ourselves in a mood for prayer. Our Father, we want to thank you so very much, dear God, for first of all keeping us safely through this day and bringing us here safely as we partake in this Excite 2023 Premium Opening Ceremony. Father, we pray for those who are on their way that they would reach here safely so that could be part of this amazing experience. We want to thank you for all those Toastmasters who traveled from their island to be here with us to enjoy this experience. Father, we pray that at the end of the session, the rest of the days of the conference, that every Toastmaster here would leave excited, ignited, and reunited, dear God. Father, just be with us and be with this opening ceremony. All this we pray in your name, and everybody says, Amen. Let's remain standing for the district mission. We build clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Madam Sergeant at Arms.
Thank you so much, Eddie, Anna. Kindly have your seats. Toastmasters International First Vice President, Distinguished Toastmaster Radhi Spear, District 81 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Pierre Charles Mingo, Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Melinda Lloyd, Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Elka Price, Administrator Manager, Distinguished Toastmaster Tashi Brown, Division Directors, Distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Chandler, Division C, Toastmaster Yvonne Thomas, Division E, Distinguished Toastmaster Marcella Francis Dabrio, Division J, and all other division directors. Area directors, Wendy Tamar Ashby, Area 46, Anna Harry, Area 48, and all other area directors, all other district leaders, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, government officials, sponsors, guests, all, welcome. This evening, I am extremely excited to be here, and I'm sure you are as well. Are you excited to be here? Yes. Oh, well, I want to hear some excitement in that. We are excited to be here. Fantastic. And because I know you are excited, and just in case some of you are not excited, we are going to have the parade of the flags. And when you hear your country and you see your flag, I want you to make a rousing sound so that the whole of Grenada's area can hear how excited you are to be here. All right, we are going to start with the virtual display, and then we're going to have the physical display by our rangers and Girl Guides. Anguilla. So I'm expecting those on Zoom as well to turn on your mic so that we can hear you. So it seems we have no one from Anguilla in person. But we can still cheer them on, right? We want to have representation. So Anguilla, Aruba, Bermuda, Bonaire. Any Bonaire in the house? British Virgin Islands. Woo! All right. British Virgin Islands. That's Curacao. Any Curacao?
Curacao. Yeah.
All right, I'm hearing them on Zoom. Dominican Republic, Martinique.
Wow.
All right, Martinique, we're feeling the love. Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Saint Eustatius. St. Croix and St. Thomas. St. Martin. All right. Turks and Caicos Islands. All right, thank you. So that's a virtual display. So I expect to feel a little more excitement for the in-person. Wouldn't you agree? Definitely. So we are going to invite the Rangers and Girl Guides to lead in the display of the flags. And first up, we have Antigua and Barbuda. We have Barbados. So Antigua and Barbuda, let's go. So we have to keep the momentum going throughout, ladies and gentlemen. Let's invite Bermuda. Bermuda and Cayman Islands. Let's encourage her. Our girl guys are very determined, right? And they're going to get it. Fantastic. We got it. Woo, congratulations. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. So we're going to continue and invite Dominica and Guyana. All right. Haiti and Jamaica. Montserrat and St. Kitts and Nevis. Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're almost to the end. We have the final two countries, Trinidad and Tobago. And finally, host country, Grenada. Let's keep up the momentum. And thank you, ladies, for such an awesome job. And I'm certain you would agree that that was a wonderful display of our national flags, right? And if you were not excited before, I'm sure you are now. Yeah, you feel represented, right? Excellent. So at this time, I would like to invite you to stand as let's stand for the national anthems. The national anthem of the United States of America, home of Toastmasters International first Vice President, distinguished Toastmaster Raddy Spear. National Anthem of the Republic of Haiti, home of District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Pierre Charles Mingo. The National Anthem of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, host country of the District 81 Excite 2023 conference. Thank you. You may have your seats. As we showcase a taste of our Grenadian culture, join me in welcoming Toastmasters from Territory Grenada as we continue to ignite your excitement. I could feel the anticipation in the room. Everybody's waiting.
call your name. You're having a party or something?
Hush him out. You know your bag's secure.
What you care for me this morning?
Bring us a nice cup of cocoa tea.
Cocoa tea! Rosie, how you make my morning, sir?
Hold on, Millie. Hold on. You're too excited, man. You're too excited.
Hurry up with the cup now.
Take your time. It's hot, Millie.
Jesus, this smell good. Rosie pie, what you putting in the cocoa tea?
Local cocoa balls. Cinnamon. Bay leaf, also known to us as boudin. And don't forget to sweeten with the condensed and the evap milk. And if you feel, you can put a pinch of salt.
Tastes real good, Rosie, but I'm glad you bring the cocoa tea because holy but excitement. You ain't hear what happened down at Radisson?
What's happening? What's happening, Millie?
Girl, I hear about excite, ignite, and reunite.
Hold on. Too much of night. Take your time and tell me what it is about, Millie. Millie,
This
always
is
are listening to things.
Toastmasters Conference, District 81. Excite, I remember excite.
Millie,
Excite.
when is the conference? What
This
time?
is today.
What time, Millie?
I think we probably just have a little bit of time to get
Come,
ready.
Millie, you know we live in Timbuktu. Pass
Wait
me your
up,
clothes.
boy,
Millie.
have to wash out them here, please.
Come.
We have to hurry.
What we wearing, Millie?
Millie.
What?
Yeah, here's
Cookie!
What's up?
Suck it up, Palanat! Suck it up, Palanat! Suck it up, Palanat! Toastmasters, let us all excite, reunite, and ignite 2023.
This is what
Welcome to Grenada. Dial Spice. Somewhere in the blue Caribbean Sea lies a tiny lovely island. Beside my sandy beaches, in abundance all around. Turning rivers from the lakes clear, sweet and music in the villages. This lovely island is Grenada, Spice Island of the West Grenada.
Oh, we could do better than that for Territory Grenada. We We have all just experienced a wonderful display of our heritage. And I'm thinking the persons on Zoom probably wish they was in person. Yes. All you should have been here. Thank you, ladies. A well done job. Excellent. Grenadians are known for being some of the friendliest and fun-loving persons throughout the Caribbean. Our Toastmaster of the evening, in my opinion, is no exception. She is a creative at heart and truly embodies the essence of our Grenadian heritage. Join me, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome our Toastmaster of the evening, Area Director, Wendy Tamer Ashby.
There is an island that lies in the Caribbean Sea, so tiny in size, but there is beauty for all to see. People of every clime, no distinction, enjoy the warmth of this lovely island. Grenada is the land. This is our land, rich in seafoods, nutmeg, and spices. There is no other to mention in any section. She is the prettiest gem of the Caribbean. Thank you, Madam Sergeant-at-Arms, distinguished Toastmaster Adele Olivier. It is my pleasure to welcome one and all to the Isle of Spice, Grenada, Spice Isle of the West, the best island in the Caribbean. And there is no doubt for your days here, you will experience warm, bright sunshine. Yes, that's what I said. Warm, bright sunshine. Maybe warm is relative. Toastmasters International First Vice President, Distinguished Toastmaster Raji Spear. District 81 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Pierre Charles Mignon. Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Melinda Lloyd. Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Elka Clark. Elka Price, thank you. Little nervous here, but let's go. Administrator, Manager, Distinguished Toastmaster Tashi Brown. Division Directors, we have a few from the different divisions with us here. We have Distinguished Toastmaster Lisa J. Chandler from Division C, Toastmaster Yvonne Thomas, Division E, Distinguished Toastmaster Marcel Francis Dabrio from Division J, all the other division directors joining us via our Zoom, Area Director Anara Harry, and all area directors, all other distinguished district leaders, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, government officials, sponsors, what a room full of a lot of lovely, distinguished people this afternoon. But nonetheless, I invite you to Excite Premier. And it is now my duty and my honor to invite the chairperson of Grenada Conference Planning Committee, distinguished Toastmaster Jacqueline Alexis, to do the welcoming remarks.
Excite, ignite, reunite. 3 short, simple, but impactful words. As I look around this evening, and as I interact with Toastmasters, I can see and feel the excitement. Toastmasters, I implore you, continue to excite yourself with all that Excite 2023 and Sweet Grenada offer. In the midst of the excitement, ignite your passion for personal development and ignite the spark in someone. In the words of Ahmed Ray, everyone has the fire, but the champion know when to ignite the spark. Be an Excite champion. Ignite a spark. I repeat, be an Excite champion. Ignite the spark. Lastly, what an opportune time and place to reunite with Toastmasters across the Caribbean. Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you say. People will forget what you do, but they will never, ever forget how you made them feel. Toastmasters, I encourage you to build strong friendship. Create and hold on to vivid, long-lasting memories from Excite 2023. District 81 Toastmasters family, on site in Grenada and online. I'm excited, I'm ignited to welcome you to Excite 2023. Let the excitement continue. Madam Contession.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As we continue, our next guest, our next speaker would be our district director. Pierre Charles Mignon is an engineer who fell in love with Toastmasters in 2014. Since joining the Bees Club in Haiti, he was made to develop his leadership skills with an obsession. He has served the Caribbean Toastmasters District 81 for the past 5 years as Division Director, Public Relations Manager, Club Growth Director, Program Quality Director, and is currently our District Director. He quickly identified with and attached to Toastmasters for its core values and stayed there for the happiness it brings him. He was awarded Excellence in Program Quality for the term 2021 to 2022, and Excellence in Club Growth for the term 2020 to 2021. Besides public speaking and leadership, distinguished Toastmaster Mignon is above all a technological adept. He studied electronical engineering and then obtained a master's degree in database and systems integration. He worked for a few years as a software developer and business analysis before taking the position of Chief Technical Officer at FinTech startup. Fellow Toastmasters, both present here and online, join with me as we welcome our District Director, Pierre Charles Mignon, to give a few remarks.
Bonsoir, bonsoir, amis District 81. Bon tarde, Distrito 101. Bonsoir a vous tous, chers membres du District 81. Buenas tardes, estimados miembros del Distrito 81. And pleasant evening, Madam First Vice President Reddy Spears, Grenadian officials, fellow district leaders, fellow district members, and esteemed guests. This is going beyond any imaginable excitement. I can feel the warmth. I can read the passion on all those beautiful faces online and in this room in Grenada for this official opening of our district conference. The conference is an opportunity to celebrate all that is extraordinary about us as Caribbean peoples and as Toastmasters. Our passion for excellence, the sincerity and the warmth of our friendship, and our rich cultures. I'm inviting each of you to not only be excited about all this, but also to be exciting for each other, because you never know, you can ignite everlasting feelings and create memories during those 5 days. Madam First Vice President of our beloved organization, Toastmasters International, distinguished Toastmaster Radhi Spear, District 81 is elated to have you for this official visit on the occasion of our conference. Welcome to the Caribbean, this little corner of the world where joy and the desire to live dance constantly in the eyes of each of us. We are hungry to learn from you, to connect with you, and to have a good time with you. Dear Grenadian family, this is the day you've been waiting for so long. Thank you for hosting this exciting event and for welcoming us on your beautiful island. Dear participants, online and in Grenada, the Conference Planning Committee, the Program Quality Director, and her team have prepared a busy and interesting agenda for you. Educational sessions, speech contest, district annual business gala, moment of entertainment and connection. Let's enjoy every single instant of this conference. Let's make it a memorable event. Madam Toastmaster of this meeting.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster or District Director, Pierre Charles Mignon. And as he said, he's feeling the energy. Our Spice Isle energy is moving all up far north. Do you agree? Yes. It's going all the way up to far north. We're small, but we're powerful. Okay. Now, it is my time to introduce our keynote speaker for the evening, who is none other than our special guest to this conference for 2023, First Vice President, Toastmasters International, Radhi Spear. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, join me in welcoming our next presenter, a truly remarkable leader within Toastmasters International. With over 20 years as a distinguished membership, her unwavering dedication to personal and professional growth has made a lasting impact on countless individuals. Coming from a background in electrical engineering and possessing extensive experience in the telecommunication industry, she is excelled as a leader in applications development at AT&T, driving the success of large-scale projects and have benefited millions of customers. However, her leadership extends far beyond her corporate achievements. Within Toastmasters, she has held significant roles at the international, regional, and district levels, leaving an indelible impact wherever she goes. As an international director and vice president, she has provided invaluable oversight and guidance, enhancing the organization's operational effectiveness. Her exceptional contributions have earned her prestigious awards, including the esteemed and highly regarded Presidential Citation. Today, we have the privilege of hearing from our first Vice President, distinguished Toastmaster Radhi Spear. Prepare to be inspired and captivated by her profound insights and contagious enthusiasm. Let us give her a warm, spicy Grenadian welcome.
What would you do if you were in my shoes? I was 15 years old, living in Bangalore, India. Bangalore is the tropics, just like Grenada. Blue skies, sunny weather, between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius every day. And this brand new swimming pool opened near my house. I took this picture about 10 years ago. This was the swimming pool. So I was so excited. I used to go swimming in the morning before school, and then in the afternoon, they had a ladies' batch when I came back from school. And soon they announced a competition for the 100 meters freestyle, a competition, and I signed up for the 100 meters freestyle and the 100 meters backstroke. So I used to go practice every day. And then as the contest approached, I started getting nervous and anxious, started missing practice. And then finally, on the day of the contest, my mother says, "All set, you're going?" And I said, yeah. So I went to the pool, and I thought this was the logical thing to do. All the girls were there. So I asked them their timings. And as I asked all of them, I realized they were faster than me. What's the point? So my friend was with me, and Bangalore city, just like any other city, you can walk to places. So I told my friend, let's just go to the bakery. And I like apple cake. She likes peanut brittle. We bought our snacks, munched on it, strolled home. My mother opens the door excitedly, and she says, "How did you do? How do you do?" I'm like, no point. They're all faster than me. I didn't take part. What? You didn't take part? You didn't even try? You just gave up? You've been practicing every day and then you just gave up? I cannot believe you think this is what sportsmanship is. I cannot believe my daughter. And I said, okay. I did not want her yelling at me anymore. So I ran back to the swimming pool, and they were announcing last call for 400 meters freestyle final. I had never done 400 meters in my life. So I'm like, okay, I gave my name. And they said, hurry up, the race is going to start. And this is India in the late 70s. They're pretty conservative. I had my swimsuit underneath, but there was no time to change. So I just took off my clothes, got on the starting block, and the whole audience goes, and I just dive in, and I'm swimming as fast as I can. And all the while, I can hear my mother's words in my ears. I can taste the apple cake and the peanut brittle, but I keep swimming. And somehow, I come third. And I'm so excited. I get out of the pool, I change, I go home. I'm all good with my mom. And I tell you, Toastmasters and swimming are alike. Because initially, it's so scary. When you first get into that water, it's like a mini ocean. You have to learn to breathe. You have to learn to float. And it's same when you go to the Toastmasters meeting, you realize that people in the audience are called up to speak. It makes you nervous. Your heart is racing. You have to breathe. So I feel Toastmasters and swimming are very similar. But swimming is only useful in the water. But Toastmasters, you can use everywhere. Now, I would like to tell you how I got into Toastmasters. Have any of you felt out of place, laughed at, picked on, and wished you had the self-confidence to respond? That was me. See, I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. My family moved to Africa when I was 3 years old. I had a wonderful childhood, don't get me wrong. It was great. But I was a very shy, quiet child. And my first grade teacher was this tall, big man, like heavyset Denzel Washington. And he liked the children to stand up and answer the questions. And I was so meek, and you'd call on me, and I'd whisper something, and he'd say, "Speak up!" And I would just tremble and whisper even more. When my family moved back to India, I was about 12 years old, and I had the clothes from Nigeria, so I looked different, and I had the accent, and the kids made fun of me. So my family, to help me out, put me in a Catholic school, so I wore uniform. My family is Hindu, but then I joined the Catholic school, and so I looked like all the other kids. But when I spoke, I sounded different. And I tried so hard to get an Indian accent overnight. I still remember I had to take 2 Indian languages, Hindi and Sanskrit, and I had to read in the class. And I still remember my teacher. She would say, "Children, no laughing, okay? No laughing." And she'd look at me and she would say, "Okay, child, go ahead, read." So I would put on my best accent and I'd be reading, and the teacher would be like, and then she'd look up, "No laughing now, everyone, no laughing. Child, continue." So I would continue and she'd be like, but I somehow survived school and I went to college. And then I came to the US for my master's in electrical engineering. And to my surprise, I was the only girl in all my engineering classes. And invariably, I sat in the last row. I thought I was blending in, but the teacher would spot me. And suddenly they see a girl in the class. They'd be like, "Oh, you there in the last row. Can you come up? Can you write on the board? Can you explain this? Can you solve the problem?" Every single one of them. But luckily, I found Toastmasters. I love to belong to an organization that cuts across national boundaries and welcomes people from different cultures and occupations. Toastmasters brings us all closer together in our common goal of personal growth. I think Dr. Smedley was brilliant when he came up with the concept of Toastmasters because every member has a home. Their home is their club. If that member does well, that club is successful. And you just heard the district mission, but do you know we have a club mission? So every club has to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So if all our clubs fulfill their mission, our members would do well. And that's the whole point. Now, how do we measure that we are supporting our members, that we are providing the supportive and nurturing environment? That's called the Distinguished Club Program. So when you hear the leaders, the area directors, division directors, district leaders saying, "Hey, DCP, come on, we want the club to do," it's because we want to help the members. This is how we measure. Is that club serving that member? And one of my favorite quotes is by our founder, Dr. Smedley, who said, "Ours is the only organization I know dedicated to the individual. We work together to bring out the best in each of us, and then we apply these skills to help others." How great is that? We are not interested in making money. We don't care about the stock market. We just want to help each other. And think about it. Today, here I am speaking to you. All of you are supporting me and are on my side. You want me to do well, and I want me to do well. That's what I love about Toastmasters. And most people think the org chart is like this, right? We have DD Pierre, who is at the center, and he has on his right hand PQD Melinda, and his other right hand, he has PQD Elka, the finance manager, logistics manager, area directors, division directors, so on. But no, the true org chart of Toastmasters is like this. The member is at the top. Yesterday, when we had the whole conference at a glance, Sean was saying, it's everything we do is for the members. And that's right. That's exactly what we're all about. The club is there to support the members. How do we make sure that club supports the members? We have club officer training to make sure they can support the members. How do we make sure the clubs do well? We have area directors. How do we make sure areas do well? Division directors. And then we have the district leaders who take care of all the things in the district. We have region advisors. And then below that is the board of directors. That's where I am at the bottom. So we have this huge structure, a support structure, just to make sure the member does well. And right now, today, we are 280,000 plus members in over 14,700 clubs in 144 countries. One big happy family. And there are so many skills that we learn in Toastmasters. And just to go over all that we learn when we're there, we learn communication skills, right? I can stand in front of you and give a speech or look at Zoom and have a hybrid meeting and talk to you. We learn time management. How many of you have worked in companies where the manager just drones on and you wish, why can't they join Toastmasters and keep time? We have an agenda. We know exactly when things start, when things end, who says what is happening, when is the table topics, when is the evaluation portion, right? We run meetings better, much better than most people. And we learn enhanced customer communications. Do you know that's table topics? And that's very handy even when you're dealing with your customer. Sometimes your customer doesn't even know how to ask you the question. They ask you something and you're like, oh, you put all your thoughts together, try and put it in order, and you answer them, and they're like, oh, yes, that's what I was asking about. So Toastmasters helps us with our customers. We learn presentation skills, right? Now, many of you are thinking, Radhi, why do I need to join Toastmasters for presentation skills? Nowadays, there's YouTube. I can read books. I can watch videos, TED Talks. I don't need Toastmasters. But you do, because we learn with feedback. There's someone willing to listen, someone paying attention, someone telling you how you can improve. We learn listening skills. We learn how to give constructive feedback. And that's what you need when you work. You know, every year you have those review time. You have to review your employees and how well they're doing. You have to give feedback at home to your children, feedback to your spouse. These are all skills that we need. And what does all this result in when you're just a member of Toastmasters? Greater self-confidence. This is like a side effect. I mean, you see a person join, within 6 months, you see the change in the person. They're suddenly so confident. It's tangible. You see it. And for me, after I joined Toastmasters and I gained the self-confidence, there was a time when I had to go to the dentist for a cleaning appointment. And you know, before you go to the dentist, you brush your teeth and you floss. And I was running late. So I was hurriedly flossing and I broke a filling. Now, this happens. So I go to the dentist, he cleans my teeth and he says, oh, that filling that you broke has to be fixed. So come back, make an appointment and come back. But otherwise, everything's good. I just want to mention that I'll be retiring, but there'll be a new dentist, Dr. Goldstein, and she'll take care of you. I'm like, oh, okay. So I left. I made the appointment to fix the filling that I broke. And I come back in 2 weeks. I'm sitting in my chair waiting for Dr. Goldstein. I'm thinking some nice Jewish doctor is going to take care of me. And this small Indian woman enters. And I'm like, you're Dr. Goldstein? I guess in a way people look at me and say, you're Miss Spear. It's not what they expect. But anyway, Dr. Goldstein treats my filling, starts looking at my x-rays, and then she's saying, I see some translucency in this x-ray. I see a shadow over here on the buccal cavity, on the lingual side. I see, sitting in the chair thinking, you know, not that I said it out loud, but Dr. Landsman was retiring because he's old, not because he's blind. And this woman is seeing all these problems in my teeth. I'm thinking, she wants to extend this dental office. She wants to put in another wing or something. So Toastmasters has given me self-confidence. I say, I would like to get a second opinion. I would like copies of my x-rays. And I walk out of the office. And they're like, certainly we'll send them to you. So they sent me the x-rays. And my friend from the swimming story, well, it turns out she's a dentist and she's also in New Jersey, but far from me. So I send her the x-rays and I call her and I'm like, Maya, can you believe this? This dentist is telling me I need to get all this work done, but that previous doctor didn't say anything. So Maya says, don't worry, send me the x-rays. I'll ask my coworkers and I'll get back to you. She calls me a week later and I'm like, yes, Maya. And she's like, Radhi, she's right. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, you need all that work. I'm like, how do I go back now? I've just walked out saying I need a second opinion. Give me all those x-rays. But she says, you know what? If you can come to my office, I will treat you. And so I did. And she took care of my teeth. And then She goes on vacation and I'm dentistless and I get a toothache. But hey, Toastmasters has given me self-confidence. I call the dental office. I say, hey, I'd like to see Dr. Goldstein. I have a toothache. I go back, no hard feelings. She treats me. So you may all be thinking, why am I sharing this embarrassing story with you? The point is this: because of Toastmasters, I had the self confidence that I could walk out and get that second opinion. If I had stayed, my entire life I'd be thinking, oh, this lady's such a ripoff. She just wants to make money. She's making up all this work. But now I know she's a good dentist. I got treated. It's all good. And we are in Toastmasters to learn skills, to gain self confidence, to use in our everyday life. We are not in Toastmasters to be Toastmasters. We are in Toastmasters so we get skills to use in our everyday life. Now, from after being a member, if you think, okay, let me be an officer, we learn so many more skills. Like I said, we want to make sure the club serves our membership. And how do we do that? By being distinguished in the Distinguished Club program, for which we need to plan. So we do strategic planning to help our members. We do improved customer service because our members are our customers. We do moments of truth to find out how we can improve. We do delegation. What are you having a club contest? Or you're having an open house? Who's going to get the room? Who's going to speak? Who's going to do the agenda, right? We do all that. Just like in this conference, do you know the amount of planning and work that's gone on behind the scenes? Amazing. It looks so seamless and flawless. There's so much work that has gone on, so much delegation, so many opportunities to learn. And coming back to my club example, so we're having a club contest, an open house. We have to market that. We need public relations. So we're learning these skills. We learn budgeting people, budgeting resources, budgeting time, budgeting the money that the club has. Who's going to buy the refreshments? Who's going to make flyers? Who's going to, how much money do we have for all that? So we're learning all these skills that we need in everyday life. And, as a member, we learn writing skills, we write our speeches, but as club officers, we need to communicate with each other. So we learn that as well. And, 2 years ago, the pandemic hit us, and all over the world, we had to deal with it and suddenly go online overnight. Toastmasters are so resilient. Charles Darwin said, it is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. And we changed. We were able to start meeting online. We were able to do hybrid. Now we have so much flexibility. And these are all skills we need in our everyday life. Think about it. The silver lining to COVID is that now we can run online meetings, we can conduct online training, we can do webinars, we can do hybrid, we can do all these skills that we need today because times have changed. My daughter, during COVID, had to go into work every day because she worked for a defense department and had security clearance. But recently, she changed jobs. And they said that she had to be on a video conference. So she comes to me and says, hey, Mom, I have to be on a video conference, but my room is so messy. What do I do? And my first thought was, clean your room. But my second thought was, you know what? Use a virtual background. And she looks at me and says, you know about virtual backgrounds? Yeah, we Toastmasters know so many things. We have learned so many skills that we can use in everyday life for work, for home, for anywhere. So if you think about it, this is a tried and tested method. Our organization is going to be 100 years next year. No reason to reinvent the wheel. Just follow the plan, follow the guidelines and pathways, and you will become a better speaker and leader, and your self-confidence will grow. It is a very safe place. All of us are here to support each other. Everyone wants each other to do well. It's self-paced. If you have a very busy work schedule, you can do it a little slower. Those people who have more time can do it a little faster. We're learning skills for everyday life. And training is provided for all the positions. And you see the self-confidence. And so if I look back at my swimming story, all my mother wanted to do was for me to do my best. I didn't have to come first. I just had to do my best because I've had the training, just like we've all had the training in Toastmasters. Try your best and you won't have any regrets. So my fellow Toastmaster, I started by asking, what would you do if you were in my shoes? I would like to conclude by asking you, what will you do now? Because we have had all the training in Toastmasters. We have all these opportunities. We have all this support. And, you know, I wanted to mention this in my networking workshop this morning. Do you know in every path of pathways, without exception, all 11 of them, there is a module on preparing for an interview in the level 3. It's an optional module. We are learning skills that we can use in everyday life. And it is very unlikely that you're going to look back and regret that you tried and failed. You're more likely going to look back and regret that you never even tried. I was lucky that I had my mother who pushed me to go back and try. I hope that I have ignited your passion and given you that spark of excitement to go there and try. Try for all that you've ever wanted to do, whether it was to be on the school board, whether it's to run for office, whether it's for a promotion. Toastmasters has given you all the skills you need. Have a strong club because that club will help you do anything you want to do outside of Toastmasters. You have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the support, the camaraderie of all your fellow Toastmasters. I hope you will go out there and try whatever it is you would like to do. I wish you all the best. Thank you for having me here at your conference. Back to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster, First Vice President of Toastmasters International, Radhi Spear. What a thought-provoking delivery. I'm sure that all of us as Toastmasters in here can in one way or the other connect with some part of what she told us today. 3 things that remained with me: self-confidence, resilience, and skills. There's no other organization that you spend thousands of dollars for to get all kind of education, study to pass all kind of exams. This institution has no exams. Your own pace. And you gain so much more than when you spend all these thousands of dollars. Not saying that it's not good, but the little we invest in ourselves and have no exam and gain so much is a lot to deserve and think of. Thank you once again, First Vice President Radhi Spear. When we started Excite Premier this evening, we prayed, we recited our district mission, we had our flag ceremony, virtually and physically. We sang the anthems. Then we were excited, ignited, and pledged to be reunited in 2023. As we continue to enjoy Excite Premier, join with me in the spirit of Mass, an interplay of ballet, jab jab, modern dance. This dance reflects Grenada's Juve morning, reverie, to the distinct jab jab rhythms and drums, whining and chipping. And right now, we are preparing for Spice Mass. Choreographed by Cecilia Griffith, join me in welcoming Conception Dance Theatre as they share with us the spirit of Mass.
around. Tell the promoter, party done. Because I feel like Juve, more than powder. Rum no chaser, and I just get sober and I doing it again. Juve, I tell you bent and powder. Rum no chaser, and I just get sober and I doing it again. Call me Kambule, the anticipation. I am the man with the posy, with the pig in my right hand. I am the jab jab, who call out at the jump man. I am the bacchanal baby, with the mind of a junk man. Let me go, I will turn your party to Juve. Buckle and spoon and a whole piece of pan. Turn your party to Juve. Badang, 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 badang. I will turn your party to Juve, Lord. Rikki tikki tikki dang dang. Turn your party to Juve. Somebody release the iron man. Rum in my flask, so I take one blast. Now they call me manager, say I have no behavior. He asks me what is my problem, I tell him he cannot solve them. When the yacht ball pouring the rising sun, and I drinking rum till we hit up on this and to be money, and his master play. When I reach in your place, your party done, and you come to your table, getting funky just to be money, and his master replay. I will turn your party to Juve. Buckle and spoon and a whole piece of pan. Turn your party to Juve. Badang, 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 badang. I will turn your party to Juve, Lord. Rikki tikki tikki dang dang. Turn your party to Juve. Somebody release the iron. Come get clean. You will leave your dirty. Oh Lord. And if you come get clean, you will leave. When carnival come, woman don't have no man. And when carnival come, it's like hunting season. When carnival come, behavior don't apply. And when carnival come, a single and a don't lie. I tell you, cause I want to wine and dingole. Want to drink me rum and break away. But when carnival come, tell them it's mass and chopping in town. Punching class for hotter than sun. Drinking rum till we hit the normal land. Let me go, I will turn your party to Juve. Buckle and spoon and a whole piece of pan. Turn your party to Juve. Badang, 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 badang. I will turn your party to Juve, Lord. Rikki tikki tikki dang dang. Turn your party to Juve. Somebody release the iron. You come here clean, you will leave your dirty.
How's going? Spirit of mass, spirit of mass. Thank you, Conception Dance Theatre. So, let me see how many coming back in August for Spice Mass. If you think you felt the spirit of mass, that is only a pinch. So before you leave the Spice aisle, make your reservations. Because it's the band, it's the belly, it's the jab jab, the juve. A distinct jab jab rhythm. Did you hear it in the music? Did you hear the rhythm? That is part of our culture, Spice Isle, Grenada. It gives me great pleasure to invite Mrs. Angela Findlay, Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, to give a few brief remarks and declare the conference open. Join with me as I welcome Mrs. Angela Findlay to the podium.
Standing on protocol already established, allow me to extend to you all ladies, gentlemen, and young ones a very pleasant good evening. At this hour, I'm standing in for Senator the Honorable David Andrew, Minister for Education, Youth, Sport, and Culture, who wanted to be here so much, but had to extend his regret that other duties called him to be elsewhere. He has sent his deepest regrets for his absence. So on behalf of the ministers, permanent secretaries, other members of staff, and on my own behalf, I say a warm welcome to all persons present, but more so to those to whom this time is dedicated by virtue of the fact that they are Toastmasters, members of what we deem to be a very auspicious body. A special welcome with some regret to those who could not journey to be with us, so are at this time engaging and interacting with us in the virtual space. And an extra spicy welcome to the Toastmasters members who are present here in this physical space, representative of over 13 countries. As Grenadians, I know that I speak for Grenadians in the house here as well, and for all other Grenadians, when I say that we are delighted that District 81 Toastmasters has chosen Grenada to host this year's conference and 20th anniversary gala under the theme, Excite 2023, Excite, Ignite, Reunite. And for me, that 20, as in the 20th anniversary gala, stands out. And it stands out for the reason that from the welcome and the introduction of the various member states and from the words that have been shared so far, it is true to say that there are more than 20 countries, member states, involved in Toastmaster. So to have Grenada hosting the event, the conference, for a second time, it is something that makes us feel sublime. And I had to muse on it. Why is Grenada now privileged to host the conference for a second time in that short lifetime of Toastmasters? But then I got the answer when I, searched deep within. And the answer was, if it's nice, why not do it twice in the Isle of Spice? Yes, so I got the answer. So that's why I feel committed to again say a spicy welcome to Grenada. Hope you get to taste some of the oil down. And that before you log out from Grenada, that you will get to taste our famous Tanya log. Now, there is a saying, great speakers are not born, they are trained, the words of Dale Carnegie. So having a club that is committed to empowering persons through the development of their communication and leadership skills is just very commendable. So at the Division of Education, we therefore congratulate the persons who continue to fan the flames which were ignited by the founder of Toastmasters. A round of applause to all Toastmasters. We hope that the presence here and the public announcements and all that you do while you are in Grenada gathered for this purpose would truly ignite that flame in many of the Grenadian folks, that they would be inspired to continue developing what might be an innate talent to become the best speakers that they can be. So we are looking forward to many young persons being inspired by your presence in Grenada today and for the few days that you would stay. Given the over 2 years hiatus in social activities of most clubs due to the COVID pandemic, every social activity that is now held carries an extra hype. So the excite in your theme is very important and it resonates with some truth. And I do trust that what you have started here today would continue to excite you. This evening is an exciting time, so the word excite is really just fine. Then we think of the reunite. And again, reunite is also just right. Because as we sit here tonight, we have again reflect on the second time in Grenada. So what a perfect team that you can have to choose to reunite in Grenada coming out of that hiatus. It is our hope at the Ministry of Education that this Toastmaster as a group, as a club, as an organization would grow from strength to strength. I have been privileged at the ministry to witness at least 2 groups who religiously held their activities at the ministry's conference room and the glass room, as we call the other room. Every month at least, I would recall when I stay back there, I would see them coming in all excited. So that lull brought on by COVID was something which I was always sad about, because sometimes I look in the glass room and I saw persons really engaged in that activity. So I do hope we would see you maybe coming back to the ministry at some point in time to continue the way that you did. So we continue to make our spaces available in furtherance of that noble service of creating leaders, persons who are confident to speak out and speak up, and to also time themselves to know when it's time to shut up. So I was given 4 minutes to speak, and I didn't take an hour or so to prepare, and I know they said you should take, if you cannot prepare what you're going to say in 1 hour or 1 minute, then what you're going to say doesn't have much of anything in it if you want to speak for an hour. So I come now to that part which should be very dear to your heart, and that is to declare the conference open. So, on behalf of Senator the Honorable David Andrew, it is therefore my distinct pleasure to declare this 2023 District 81 Caribbean Toastmasters Conference open. May you have a swell time.
Some more training.
Thank you, Mrs. Findlay, and the two clubs that meet in the conference room and the glass room. When next you see Mrs. Findlay peeping in, bring her in. Right? As we come to the end of Excite Premier, we all learned from a very tender age, we must always give thanks. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Toastmasters International First Vice President, Distinguished Toastmaster Radhi Spear, District 81 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Pierre Charles Mignon, Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Melinda Lloyd, Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Elka Price, for gracing us with your presence both physically and virtually. All district leaders, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmaster, our ministry official, sponsors, guests, we say thank you. Mr. Lincoln Bosco Samuel, for providing sweet pan music as we mix and mingle before we settle down. Conception Dance Theatre, for taking us on a cultural journey in dance, the spirit of Mass. Mr. Ethan Francis, for accompanying the Toastmasters of Territory Grenada, and for their welcome presentation, the members of various Girl Guides companies here in Grenada, for so smartly presenting the flags of the territories. Bootcamp Island Wide Fitness, for their continuous contribution towards Excite Premier, our heartfelt thanks. To our tech team, TNR Communications, here physically in Grenada, and those throughout the Caribbean, led by Toastmasters Sarinka Ganja and her team, we say thank you. The staff of Radisson Grenada Beach Resort Management, for being so supportive and accommodative. Finally, by no means least, to all the Toastmasters of Territory Grenada for stepping out of their comfort zone. Thank you. Thank you. As we end the formal part of the opening ceremony of Excite Premier, we invite you to mix, mingle at the cocktail reception as we excite, ignite, reunite for 2023. As you hear in the background, it is Sweet, Sweet Grenada. This is home.
And there's no end in sight. Beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada. This is home, home, home. Sweet Grenada, yes. This is home, yes. Sweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, those joining us virtually and all those present here, I hereby adjourn the opening ceremony. Excite Premier. Please feel free to mingle and mix.
Yo, it's Shiny. And I simply say, big up DJ Kevin. Take it slow.
so much black makers of history. Man, I'm sure that many people will agree if I say she's blessed by the Almighty. Oh God, the standard of skills and talent we have down there in this land, it is too much for me to mention. Yeah. The level of education keep rising to higher heights. And if I'm wrong, don't say that I'm right. No, I want to tell everybody I'm so proud of my country. Don't care wherever I may be, I say Grenada belong to me. No country in this world could do the things that my country would do for me. I am proud. I love my Grenada, my homeland forever. Sing the chorus to the well, I love my grandfather, she will always prosper. Oh, my Grenada, land of peace and culture. Grenada is such a paradise. Oh God. But a lot of folks don't realize, if we learn to pull we hand, do the little that we can, we could make Grenada a better land. Hey. Mommy, sometimes when I go to a foreign country, such as the United States, who's so wealthy, I just beg the Father to have some mercy. When I see madness in society, oh God, sometimes I put on my TV to check out the daily news. The things I see that have me confused, eh? The number of crime and violence I see on the street. Sometimes I'm frightened I cannot eat, hey. But when you check out Grenada, we have no diamond and silver, but we just live in unity, and that's what makes me happy. Is then I come to realize, oh God, my country is a paradise, hey. I love my Grenada, my homeland forever. Sing the chorus louder, tell them about Grenada, the land of my grandfather, she will always prosper. Oh, my Grenada, land of peace and culture. Grenada is such a paradise, oh God. But a lot of folks don't realize, if we learn to pull we hand, do the little that we can, we could make Grenada a better land.